What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to another episode of the Portsmouth Career Mode series. This is episode number 86, guys, and we're going to start today's episode off by taking a little look at our youth player here, David Ryan, and we will take a little look at his stats here. He has potential to be special, and we did promote him in the last episode, so here's a little look at his stats. If you do want to see any of his stats, then feel free to pause the video and take a little look. He's got some really nice stats, and he may even be making his debut later on in this episode. We'll just have to wait and see. I believe he's actually starting, so yes, he will be starting in this match against Cardiff here in the Premier League. So a good debut for him, a good chance to show what he's worth, and that will be very interesting. But before we get into anything, guys, I just want to thank you guys for all the support and love that you gave on that first episode of Ødgeaards Odyssey. Honestly, it means the world to me. You guys absolutely smashed the hell out of the like button. Got well over 100 likes, and it's already on 800 views. So I really couldn't be more happier, guys. Really do appreciate all the support that you do give me. And there will be another episode of that out tomorrow. If you are wondering, I'm going to try and get back to daily uploads now. And hopefully I can stick to it. And we'll just have to wait and see what will happen, really. I have to say though, before we get into this game, I was really shocked with the support. I really didn't think that series was going to go down well as a pilot episode. But oh my god, the response that I got was absolutely insane. Like, honestly, I really didn't expect it. I thought maybe a few people would like it, a few people would frown upon it, and there were some people that did think maybe it could have been a little bit better or a little bit more original. But I thought it was a good series idea, and a lot of you did too. So that's all that really does matter, and I will be uploading a lot more of that more often because you guys enjoy it, so why not? I mean, I enjoy it as well. I enjoyed making the first episode, and there's no reason why I won't enjoy making the second, third, fourth, and all of those episodes, you know, just so on and so forth. But we are going into this match here against Cardiff, and unfortunately, we do end up conceding the first goal here of the match, and it is Cardiff that does get the first goal of the game. Really bad defending, I have to admit. The cross comes into the middle, and it's not dealt with by our defenders, and resulting from that, they actually managed to score from it. Really bad defending by our centre-backs, and Hong Chul in particular. He really should have done a lot better with that. We try and head it clear, and it was a terrible header straight back to the Cardiff player, and then it's really not the best finish, to be honest. Pilkington does get the goal regardless, and I thought maybe Heaton and our defenders respectively could have done a little bit better in that situation, and they get another good chance there. Cardiff trying to have a shot from outside the box, but to no avail. They would get another chance here as they try and get it into the middle, and it's a good clearance there, but it only falls as far as Bayram there, and unfortunately the right back there can't actually quite squeeze it into the back of the net, and that would have been a good goal and probably would have meant that it would have been game over for us. And I'm really surprised that we didn't manage to finish that one. That was a brilliant opportunity to score and level it up. And really, those kind of chances, when they're not going in, you know it's not going your way, really. Because 9 times out of 10, I would score those chances. And then we get an even better chance here. And we hit the crossbar, so very unlucky. And despite tireless efforts to find an equaliser in this match, it wasn't meant to be, and we end up losing this match against Cardiff. So a really bad way to start the episode off, thanks to some poor defending by our centre-backs and Hong Chul, and some bad goalkeeping by Heaton. We had the majority of chances in the match. I have to say, we really did deserve at least a point out of that match. But sometimes when things aren't going your way, you've just got to deal with it, move on, and hope that you can improve in the next match. And it was unfortunate that we couldn't actually do anything about that. But then you see there that Lewis Cook has actually returned from his loan spell at Wolves. So we will hope that he will start growing now. But look at the league table. Look at the top 4 in particular. The top 4 consists of Aston Villa, Chelsea, Crystal Palace and Stoke City. Who would have ever thought that? And then we see at the bottom of the table, near the bottom as well, hanging over the relegation zone, Liverpool and Everton. It just really doesn't make any sense, honestly. I don't really know what's going on sometimes in this career mode. It's happened last year where the big teams that you expect to be up at the top of the table, they end up being near the relegation zone and at the wrong end of the table. Really weird, strange stuff going on there. But to be honest, that just happens at the start of every season sometimes. And Liverpool last season, they did manage to claw it back after being in the relegation zone. for a very, very long time actually. Almost half the season they were down there for, doing a bit of a Dortmund there and being in the relegation zone for quite a long time, but then clawing it back. And you may have also been able to see there that we did have some friendlies with Colombia. We had a friendly against, I think it was Korea Republic, I believe, so South Korea, and also we had one against Argentina, one that we ended up drawing, and of course against Korea, no offense to them. But we ended up absolutely whooping their asses, 5-0 I believe it was. And then we go into the next match here, which is going to be against Chelsea. A very, very interesting test for us really, because they're one of the only teams that I expected to do well and are doing well. It's really, really weird. I mean, they're at the top of the table pretty much. I think they're challenging Stoke City of all teams to try and get the top of the table. But we'll have to wait and see if they can get there. In this match, if they win it, then they have a chance to go to the top of the table. And a good chance there for Cavani. But I have to say, in this match especially, this had to be one of, if not, I think it goes down in my top list of one of the most boring games of FIFA that I've ever played. It was really, really boring to play. Literally passing it about, not creating too many chances, although we did get a good chance here as Jordan Ibe goes down the right hand side and looks for a way inside, and he eventually keeps hold of the ball, and he does have a shot there, but unfortunately he was unable to get that one on target. But really we were pushing for maybe a winner in this match. I mean, Chelsea, they were going park the bus like they usually do. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look how many players they've got back. It's so hard to break them down. And we did get a good chance here as Manjon goes for a header. But unfortunately, the cross into the middle, although it was good, Manjon's header wasn't the best, to be honest. It was curling and curling, but it was always going to go over the bar. And unfortunately for us, in the 90th minute, they would get a brilliant opportunity here. And really, against the run of play, they would look for a way to try and win this match, maybe late on. And they would try and get across into the middle. And it was Moses who ended up flicking it on. And how on earth has Oscar managed to get that header in the back of the net? I have no idea. What a ridiculous goal that is. One of the most ridiculous games of FIFA I've ever played. Honestly, I had so many chances. So many chances. I mean, there weren't that many chances in the game overall, but I had the most chances out of both teams. Chelsea, this was one of their first chances in the game, and look at the luck there. Look at the absolute luck. And again, terrible defending by Lascelles at the back. Really, really not good defending, and the goalkeeping there, I have nothing to say to that. I'm really, really thinking about dropping Tom Heaton after that, because that is a pretty horrific display there to concede another goal, and a really terrible one, worse than the Cardiff goal. And again, we drop a potential point that we could have picked up from that match, maybe even 3 points. Had we have actually managed to get that, or one of our shots on target, maybe we would have actually won the game. But unfortunately, Chelsea, they actually had a lot more chances than I thought they did, to be fair to them. And maybe on the balance of play, they did deserve to go ahead and pick up the win. But really, I did have a lot of possession, tried to play it around in the first half, had some really, really good opportunities, but unfortunately it wasn't going my way once again. And it really wasn't my day for FIFA, to be honest. I wasn't playing too well, and sometimes you have those kind of days. I mean, it was one of those days today. I should have played better, but I didn't end up playing better, which was a shame, because those were important matches and ones that we really should be getting a win in, especially against Cardiff City. I was really, really disappointed about that loss. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to go into the Champions League here, into the group stage, and we are coming up against our toughest test so far in the Champions League. We're coming up against Juventus here, playing a 3-5-2 formation, so maybe I can break on the counter-attack, try and actually exploit those wings and maybe get a good chance to score, really, or some good chances to score. And I actually, in this match, decided to go 5 at the back from the get-go, really. Didn't realise they were playing 3-5-2 until getting into the match, obviously, and I thought maybe a 5 at the back formation would be a nice way to counter Juventus having 3 at the back, and it almost worked out for us here as Neil Maupay does a brilliant over-the-top through ball there to Jordan Ibe, and unfortunately Buffon makes a really, really good save there and denies Jordan Ibe from getting a goal in this match to put us in the lead. Had we have got that goal, park the bus, that's what it would have been. Had we have even got 1 goal in this match, it wouldn't have mattered if we would have got a second or even a third. And another good opportunity here as Jordan Ibe goes for a volley, and again, another chance, his second chance in the game in the 61st minute. And it was a good volley, it was a good attempt, but I probably should have done a bit better with that, to be honest. I probably should have maybe been a bit more composed with that effort, and maybe have actually tried to cut inside like I did here with Neil Morpay. It ends up getting blocked, but somehow falls to Jordan Ibe again. And I reckon we really should have done better with that opportunity. Again, my finishing boots were not on in this episode. We really do need to start getting some goals, because we're on a bit of a goal drought at the moment, trying to score some goals but unable to. Tom Heaton making up for his mistakes in the 2 other games against Chelsea and also against Cardiff, making a really good save there from Marquisio's header, and that was a very vital save, because we would look to go on the counter-attack here, and they were pushing so many men forward, and because we were playing 5 at the back, we can counter with Jordan Ibe's pace, and really a really good opportunity here as Jordan Ibe plays it into Manjon, and really that is when you know it's not your day, because we really should have scored that. That was an open goal, for crying out loud. On his strong foot, an open goal. I was being unselfish passing it across goal, and in the end I get punished for it. Why do I get punished for that? It's an open goal. I really should have finished it, and to be honest, I don't think that's my fault. I think that's Manjon's finishing. He really should have just tucked that one away, and that would have been a win for us. But against Juventus, I can't really be too angry about that. It was a good result, and in the end we pick up a point from that match, so that's absolutely fine. But this is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and if you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, please be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really does help out my channel, guys. And if you do want to see an episode of Ødgeaards Odyssey tomorrow, then of course feel free to leave a like on the video to show that you do want to see that, and I'll be trying to get back to daily uploads from now on. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.